Spider-Man's brand new show, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, has finished. Like, over a month ago. Type of finished. But yeah, I'm still making a video. Type of... Okay, let me stop now. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man ended up being one of my favorite Spider-Man shows of all time. To be honest. Yeah. Wow, I'm actually saying that. Yeah, it is. One of the best. Everything in the show is pretty unique, and it's mostly innovative. And it left me excited for season 2. Characters are written as if they were actual individual people, with lives, and not just all focused for the sake of Spider-Man, but just themselves as characters, and having well-written stories.
You mean to tell me you enjoyed the Spider-Man story?
How did you get here? Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man takes place with Peter Parker in his freshman year in Midtown High. Once being bitten by a spider during a battle between Dr. fucking Strange and what appears to be a symbiote, Peter then puts on a mask, trying to save people as the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Peter's Spider-Man, but as the story begins, no one knows that he's Spider-Man. This includes Aunt May.
Hello, Mommy!
Oh, and Nico. Nico is Peter's high school friend. But this all changes when during an internship brought on by D. Norman Osborn, the millionaire CEO of Oscorp Industries, which led to him being caught in 4K.
They got your ass on camera!
They catch you in 4K! This led Norman confronting Peter and offering him to work together and build him a suit to be Spider-Man, and help lead him on missions to fight crime. I like the story because it gives like a brand new take on Spider-Man that's familiar but something new. The story of how Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man is a novel approach. Besides Peter going to a science trip, it was his first day of high school where Peter was in an incident between Dr. Strange and a symbiote, and in the mix, the spider fell through one of his portals and made him Spider-Man. It's something that I did not see coming, and I like how it involved another superhero. I like how they used another superhero fighting and Peter being caught in between it all to be the way that he got his powers. It's something new and I like it. I like seeing superheroes show up in different shows or movies. It's kind of what makes a cinematic universe a cinematic universe. But sometimes, especially nowadays with Marvel, they use it as a crutch. But in this show, it's not a crutch at all. It was just a scene that they used and then it just moved on, and kept Spider-Man's story more focused on himself. And I would say this about almost everything in the show. Like, if another character is involved with the story, while Peter will have interactions with them, they will have their own type of storyline that doesn't fully rely on Peter. The characters can stand out on their own without the necessary need of the main character at times, which makes them have qualities of a strong written character. Lion's character doesn't fully weigh on Peter and has plenty of moments where he stands out on his own. Then you'll add Pearl's character where she's mainly attached to Lonnie, and where she has issues based on the foundation of Lonnie, so she at times is not fully dependent on Peter. Nico and Harry, they are dependent on Peter because like they're his best friends, so obviously. But they have an arc between each other that's focused on that doesn't fully require Peter. So they have a moment where they stand on their own and Peter can be absent. Also, there's nothing wrong with the main character having a presence to establish an interesting character because Peter is a main character for a reason. But being able to have a character to have an interesting story and allow them to develop without the protagonist is such a rich tactic into plotting any story, which this show does well. Nico, like I said, is Peter's best friend, but once he becomes Spider-Man, he struggles with keeping a positive relationship with her because he never tells her, like, at all. Then we have Norman freaking Osborn, which kind of let Peter think what it means to be a hero with goals and expectations that he said and Peter fails to meet. All of which during the show, he just quits, like, being Spider-Man. Like, Kid actually just rage quitted being Spider-Man because he was letting people down and also being stomped out by Scorpion. There is Harry Osborn in the show, which is Peter's best friend, and he also knows who Spider-Man is. It's basically the guy in chair for Peter. It helps him out in missions, but also like in school because Harry's rich as fuck. He be rich, he be flexing his whip to everyone, that rich nigga Harry Osborn. I like how at first Nico did not fuck with Harry like at all. Like Harry drives Peter to school, and Nico's like, you're friends with rich nigga Harry Osborn? She explains to him how most rich people are evil, and their children are just the evil spawns of them, which is mostly true. So she's like hell no to even meeting this motherfucker. Until Peter introduces them and leaves them alone. And later they spend an entire episode with them just chilling and having fun. And just both of them bonding. Like I actually enjoyed their friendship. It's one of the best relationships in the show that I just like and I hope I get more of. Speaking of, let's talk about Lonnie's character. I think Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man made one of the best storylines with a character of Spider-Man. I don't know much about Tombstone's character in the comics, but I do know him in Spectacular Spider-Man, where he slapped the fuck out of Peter, but it wasn't like this version of the character. Lonnie is a football player in Midtown High. He has a girlfriend, he's smart, until one day his little brother ended up joining King Bond, and he has to go out and try to stop him, which led to him being ganged up at their base. And like this big fat fucking Birdman fuck! We let your brother go for you instead? Like a fucking NBA trade. Now Lonnie's stuck with this gang that's like ruining his fucking life. Trying to make him fucking gangbang, brawling out, bro. There's one episode them niggas was squabbling up, bro. It's sad because Peter was like his friend, and like no one knows about this shit. Like not even Spider-Man of like what's going on throughout the entire show until like the end. So I'm watching this shit, I'm just like, damn. I hate like how these people basically enslaved them to be a part of the gang, and they're just like, I mean, we put you in a shit situation, but we family though, bro. Like, bitch, you a master. Shut up. What makes it worse is that Merman's an ultimate bitch. Because when Scorpion pulls up, you know what he did?
Get the hell out of here.
Even though Lonnie wasn't enslaved, the fact that they had his back was kind of nice to see. It's just kind of weird to me. Like, how did he just fully give in and like entertain being a thug? Like, dude, most of the show, like you wanted to fucking leave. And like everything worked out in the end. You can just go. But this motherfucker wants to stay? I'm imagining like maybe he fell in love with the streets or something. I don't know, it's not clear. But I hope they explain Lonnie's mentality in season 2. Like he's by no means a supervillain. Or I would even say a main villain in general. Because by the end of the show, he helped fight the Scorpion at the end of the show. With Peter. I would say none of these characters, like even Dr. Octavius, Norman Osborn, Tombstone, are even like villains by the end of the season. Which is like high-key impressive. Like, I expected them to set them up as a villain at the end of the season. Like, oh, here's Norman Osborn taking a goblin serum. Or like Tombstone doing like full-on villain shit. Because he got his powers like at the end of the show. But nah, bro, I wouldn't even expect them to do all that shit. I feel like at the end of the battle, they just go back to the hideout and play some fucking Mario Kart with the YNs or some shit. I don't fucking know. I really like how the show's going for more like a slow burn and have more of a gripping story arc for all these characters. Like, I really enjoy that. Only bad thing I can say about the show is that, I don't know, maybe some of the characters could be a little bit more fleshed out. But I mean, I'm expecting them to do that in season 2. Like Aunt May and like maybe some people part of Norman's Science Academy. Either way, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man stands out to me because it's innovative. When it comes to the characters like Nico, it's like a left field. I didn't expect that. Like, yeah, we always have a Norman Osborn, but Nico being brought in, while yes, she's already an existing comic book character and actually has her own shit going on in the comics, but you don't see her that much interacting in televisions or movies with Spider-Man. Yes, I know she's in Runaways. Harry Osborn, they didn't really change too much, but I would say this, I really like this version of Harry. I feel like they really focus on the fact that Harry is a rich kid, and it's just like being isolated, not really having actual friends. Being rested in a social life that's just money and fame, and how that can isolate somebody and just living in a different world, or the assumption that he's just a spoiled brat. I feel like he's right up there with Tobey Maguire's Harry Osborn. And I feel like in general, these characters are well written, and because of that, it brings out an interesting story. Peter figuring out what it means to be Spider-Man is well done, like really well done. Like Peter feeling like he failed, and letting the idea of what Norman thinks Spider-Man should be run who he is, which is an interesting idea for the story, which is a cool way to see Peter struggle with himself. To the point where he quit being Spider-Man, comes back, spins the block on the Scorpion and almost kills him because he wasn't taking that disrespect. He almost killed a man because he felt disrespected. Lonnie had to step in to make him stop. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is a unique approach to the character, where they do new things to the characters and storylines, and to introduce it in a new way compared to other Spider-Man stories. But it impresses me how it became something unique and really enjoyable at the same time. This is one of my favorite Spider-Man shows, and I will say, it's up there with Spectacular Spider-Man. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Fuck no! I'm pissed! I wouldn't even keep it out of rating next to the Amazing Spider-Man!